What is the paradox of Karl Popper? What happens when tolerance becomes the seed of its own destruction? What happens when the very openness of a society becomes a weapon in the hands of the intolerant? This is the paradox of Karl Popper, a philosophical conundrum that challenges the heart of our modern democratic values. Welcome to Chronicles of Legends, where we unravel the mysteries of philosophy, history, and human nature. Today, we delve into one of the most profound and unsettling ideas of the 20th century, Karl Popper's paradox of tolerance. The year was 1945. The world had just witnessed the devastating horrors of fascism, genocide, and war. Amidst the ashes of fallen nations, a philosopher named Karl Popper, an exile from Nazi Austria, penned a groundbreaking work, The Open Society and Its Enemies. In it, Popper celebrated the values of democracy and open discourse. But he also issued a chilling warning, a paradox that we continue to grapple with today. Popper asked, should a tolerant society tolerate intolerance? His answer was as bold as it was controversial. No. At first glance, it might seem contradictory. Isn't tolerance supposed to mean accepting all views? Isn't the hallmark of an open society its ability to allow freedom of expression, even for those we disagree with? Popper argued that unchecked tolerance toward intolerant ideologies can lead to disaster. Why? Because intolerant groups often do not seek mutual coexistence. Instead, they exploit the freedoms of an open society to undermine and eventually destroy those freedoms. This paradox reveals a profound truth. To protect tolerance, we must sometimes take a stand against those who reject it. Think about the modern world. Social media platforms give everyone a voice. But what happens when that voice spreads hatred, incites violence, or calls for the suppression of others? Popper didn't suggest that we censor every unpopular opinion. Instead, he drew a line. When intolerance leads to actions that threaten the survival of tolerance itself, violence, oppression, or authoritarian control, it must be opposed. And here lies the challenge. Who decides what is intolerable? How do we balance the right to free speech with the need to protect an open society? Popper's paradox is not a rulebook. It's a call for vigilance, for wisdom, and for the courage to protect our shared values. The paradox reminds us that freedom isn't free. It requires constant care, critical thinking, and sometimes difficult decisions. The paradox of Karl Popper forces us to ask uncomfortable questions about the world we live in. Can we rise to the challenge? Can we preserve tolerance without letting it be destroyed from within? Legends are not just those who fought in battles or led revolutions. Legends are those who dare to think, question, and act in defense of what matters most. Subscribe to Chronicles of Legends for more explorations into the philosophies, ideas, and stories that shape our world. Together, let's keep the flame of knowledge alive.